What's up, friends? Today's video, I am talking about 4 myths on eBay that simply are not true. Myth number 1 is that you have to appease some unknown algorithm and checking all the boxes to be able to make sales. And this simply isn't true. The reason it's not true is the algorithm's intent is to make sales, right? If eBay makes sales, if we make sales, eBay makes sales. So it is wanting to promote listings and promote stores that have the best conversion rates. And so instead of thinking about the algorithm like checking a box and making sure you have this box checked and this box checks and trying to figure out what the algorithm boxes you need to check, worry about making good listings and having a good store so that they are converting. If you have good data behind your store, behind your listings, the algorithm's going to take care of itself. I'm going to link a video up here where I go really in depth into this and how to figure out what the algorithm wants from you so that even as it's continuously changing, which it does, and it does it with this reason in the background is it's about buyer behavior. It's about getting the listings in the stores in front of the buyers that are going to purchase the items. And once you understand this, it doesn't matter what the algorithm says because you're going to make sales because you understand this. You're going to be making listings and making decisions based off of buyer behavior and based off of getting your items in front of the right people, that it's not about the algorithm anymore. You're going to appease the algorithm because you're going to be doing this. Like I said, I will link the video up here that goes really in depth into this. The second myth is promoting the listings is just another fee and it does not work. So I'm going to say promoted listings for those that are new to eBay, new to the channel, you don't know what this is. This is eBay's way of giving you ad space. So if you are a brick and mortar and you are, you sell whatever you sell in your brick and mortar, to get the word out, you're going to do newspaper ads, you're going to do social media marketing ads, you're going to do TV news ads, you're going to do radio or podcast or wherever it is, you're going to pay marketing to get out. The thing about eBay promoted listings is it's marketing to their already millions of buyers who are specifically coming to the site for you. It's direct marketing, right? And I've looked at some of this for like my social media and stuff, and I'm telling you the promoted listing fees that we're paying on eBay are significantly less than if you were to go outside of eBay. So yes, it is an additional fee. There's 3 different ways to promote. I'm going to link a video up that goes into promoted listings more, how to set it up and how to look at the data on the back end to figure out what rate you want to use and what actually works for your store. Everyone's is going to be different. So figure out how to read the analytics and figure out what's right for you. But yes, it's an extra fee, but it's not an extra fee for eBay to make more money. It's an extra fee for us to get in over 130 different places on eBay. And it's not random places. It is places that the algorithm, the promoted listings, if you do it, it is looking at your listing. So this is where listing quality comes in too, but it's looking at your listing and it's saying, hey, this is a Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt. And so when anybody is looking, anything closely related to what you have for sale, it's putting it in front of other potential buyers. It's not just randomly putting it on the internet and hoping someone finds it. It is doing direct marketing to over millions of millions of buyers who are coming to buy items. So it's an extra fee, but it's not just an extra fee for the sake of extra fee and an extra fee to be on eBay. It is an extra fee to get more exposure direct to eBay. Now, does it work? I will link another video up here on how I am using it. But I will say every person that I have talked to has said, hey, my traffic has gone up. Now, the thing is it's putting it in front of 130 other up to, even more than at least 130 different places on eBay. Now, if your listing's bad, if it's not something that people want, maybe you're not making the sales. That's where it's not about the promoted listings, it's about something else. If you promote your listings, will you see more traffic? Absolutely. Does that convert to sales? That's something that you have to figure out. If it's not converting to sales, why it's not converting to sales. I'll link a video up here on how to look at your data and analytics to figure out if things aren't converting, what exactly is happening. The third thing is eBay doesn't support sellers. So I cannot say your experience, and I know that there are plenty of times that things have happened, and it is my deepest regret that I will say I don't work for eBay, right? So if you have issues, you have to go talk to eBay about it. I am saying as a blanket statement from everyone that I have talked to, I did a poll in my Instagram yesterday. You know, I have almost 15,000 followers. I did a poll in my stories yesterday, and 77% of sellers that answered the poll said eBay, that they have never had a fraudulent return. And so what you're seeing out there and what you know, people report the bad, right? So if you're on social media and you're seeing all this, eBay did this and eBay didn't support me and eBay didn't, someone gave me a fraudulent return and all this, be mindful that the people that are putting stuff on social media are the bad stories. You're not seeing all the good things. How many times have people had hey, I made this sale and they put it on social media? That's not what we do, right? It's the bad things that you're going to see on. So put some perspective to it. And of the 23% of people in my stories that said they had a fraudulent return, I reached out to them and said, hey, what happened? And I would say under 1% of the time for all of these sellers, they had a fraudulent return. So it's not necessarily, it happens. Sometimes there's a buyer who returns something bad and this, that, and the other, but it's under 1% of the time. So 99% of the time of the 23% of times, they're going to have a fraudulent return that these sellers felt that eBay didn't support them. I will say in talking with them, some of it was a lot older, right? So it was before eBay has increased some of their customer service years and years ago. And some of it truly was, you know, they didn't get supported or they didn't know the avenues to do. But you are talking such a small percentage here, friends. So be mindful of that. You may have one time that eBay doesn't support you, but if you've sold 5,000 items, that's 4,999 times that they have supported you. And keep in mind too, friends, so I'm talking under 1% that you are getting fraudulent returns, or people are, you know, you're scared to go on eBay because people are going to send back the items that they weren't, or they're going to send them back damaged. And from the people, right, 77% of people that I polled never had this happen. Of the 23%, it was less than 1% of their sales. If you're a brick and mortar, the average loss prevention shrinkage is 1.62%. So that's higher than the statistics that I pulled in my Instagram. It's definitely higher than my loss prevention. So it is going to happen. It's part of the business. But if you're a top rated seller and something gets returned to you and it is not in the condition that you sent it, you get 50% back. eBay will pay you out 50% of the sale. There are programs to support you. I will say personally, I have never had an issue. I've sold over 5,000, 4,500, 5,000, one of the two. I can't remember my exact number right now, but I have sold a lot of items on eBay and I have never had an issue. I didn't want it to be anecdotal, so I did a poll on my Instagram. I'm not dismissing the times that it happens. I know I've heard the stories and I am truly sorry if that is what has happened to you, but I want you to think about it on a global scale. And on a global scale, the percentages are so small. So the fourth thing is eBay only shows top sellers listings, right? So if you're a top seller, you're just going to keep being a top seller. They're only showing your stuff. You can't be a small seller and make sales. And this simply isn't true. I'm going to say with a caveat of they have absolutely said if you are a top rated seller, you will have more exposure. I will link a video up here of being a top rated seller, what exactly it takes to be a top rated seller and why it really is worth it to you. And one reason is because of the exposure. eBay has said, yes, once you are a top rated seller, we will give you more exposure. And friends, this goes back to the eBay algorithm and appeasing and not making eBay happy, but making buyers happy. And the programs that they have in place for a top rated seller are things that they know that customers appreciate and things that customers and buyers are going to want to see. So if you can appease this eBay algorithm, it's really about appeasing buyers. And if you can appease the buyers, you're going to make more sales. So it's a win-win. It's not about making eBay happy. It's about making the buyers happy. And eBay has done the research to figure out on the back end exactly what that is. So yes, being a top rated seller is going to give you a little bit more exposure. But it's fairly easy. It's like 100 sales that you have to make and a couple different metrics. Like I said, I will link the video up above. Past that, it's about making the buyers happy and having good quality listings and having a good quality store. It's about buyer behavior, not about eBay, right? This is where I think a lot of people are getting it confused. eBay wants to make money. Absolutely. But I also want to make money. And eBay only makes money if I make money. And so eBay is putting in front of potential buyers listings and stores that they have the data to back that it is going to work. So let's say you have a listing and you have listing A and you have listing B. Listing A gets put in front of a buyer. It has the search items, it has the item specifics and the titles of what someone is searching for, right? Someone's looking for this Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt. I think I said it was a sweatshirt. Someone searched Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt and then they click it's on sale. They click all these things on the left side. These are the item specifics. And what comes up is a Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt. They click on that because they're like, that's what I want to see. eBay is taking that data from the listing and saying, hey, this item came up in the search and they clicked on it. That's a bonus. That's a listing that this buyer is wanting and they clicked on it. This is your click-through rate. Lots of videos on this as well, but this is your click-through rate. And the more times that your listing comes up and gets clicked on or gets one step further than just being seen, the more eBay thinks, hey, this might be something that people are going to buy. Now, if you have listing B and you do not fill out item specifics and someone puts a Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt and you just filled out sweatshirt, it's not coming up on that search. So it's not getting an impression. It's not getting a click through. It is not. So eBay saying, hey, this is not getting any traffic, right? Like people are searching for it and it's not getting clicked on because your listing isn't good, because it's not getting in front of potential buyers. I'm going to stop showing it because nobody wants it. It's not because this buyer is, bad on the eBay. It's because this listing is not coming up. People aren't clicking on it. It's not getting the good data on the background. I'm going to give one extra tip if you guys are struggling with how to get your items seen and make sure that they are getting that good data. They're getting the click-throughs. They're getting the page views. I would absolutely pull a listing quality report and I will link it up here. This is going to show you how your listings compare to the top 5% in your category. So regardless of what category you sell on, it's going to compare your photos, your item specifics, all of the things that make a good listing. It's going to compare those to the top 5%, the top sellers in your category. Those are the ones that are selling. It's not because eBay is like, oh, this is a social media person, I'm going to promote them. They are doing everything that's getting the good data from a buyer behavior perspective. If you guys liked this video, YouTube also thinks you'd like this video. I will link a playlist down here of how to make money reselling, and then make sure to hit that subscribe button to learn how to make money reselling.